let's talk about goal setting. As you see on your handout here, we talk about goal setting is a technique that great leaders use. Now, is Toastmasters International organization only for communication? No. It's all about what? Leadership. 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 So everyone in this room is what? All of us in this room, we're great leaders. We're great leaders in our families. We're great leaders in our churches. We are great leaders in our communities. We are great leaders in our Toastmaster clubs. Now, as great leaders, we must possess certain things. Take a look at the handout. First thing I want you to remember is that great leaders are always growing. Great leaders are always growing and expanding into new areas. So we want to remember that we're not staying stagnant. We're not doing just one thing. We're not afraid even. When Ed talked about tearing down those walls that hinder our greatness, he was trying to make sure that we're not fearful. And as great leaders, we can't be fearful. If you're fearful, you remain stagnant, you don't grow, you don't expand. Great leaders are always growing and expanding. They also have a secret to their success. You see that as our next statement there. Their secret to their success is their ability to set and achieve specific goals. So great leaders have the ability of knowing exactly what they want. They know exactly why they want it, but they have the ability to set and achieve their goals. Setting and achieving goals are the secret to their success. So as we move to our next statement here on our handout, you'll notice that it talks about a goal is a blank that you must achieve. Put down on that space, specific objective. A goal is a specific objective that you must achieve. And a plan is a blueprint. So the plan is a blueprint for achieving those goals. So since we know that great leaders are always expanding and they are always growing, we know that they know what they want and they devise a way to get it. We also know that the secret to their success is their ability to set and achieve their goals. We want to make certain that we understand a goal is a specific objective and the plan is going to be the blueprint for achieving that objective. And if you remember that in basic language, I like to tell high school students that when you think about that specific objective of the goal really is what you want to do, be, or have. Quite simply put, a goal is nothing more than what you want to do, be, or have. And so if we understand exactly what it is we want to do, what it is we want to be, and what it is we want to have, we can then move forward and create the blueprint. Would you agree with me? Yes. Good. Now, since we're talking about setting a blueprint, creating a list or that plan or that map that helps us to meet that specific objective, let's talk about some characteristics of goals. Now, you'll see listed on your handout the SMART formula, the S, the M, the A, the R, and the T. And then you have blank spaces so you know it stands for something, right? Yeah. Put down on that S space, put down the word specific. Specific. Goals that are specific allows you to state exactly what you want. Don't beat around the bush. You want to make certain that you're very clear with what it is that you want to achieve. With the M, when we make our goals measurable, measurable is our M, and that lets us know that it's easy for us to validate the results. When your goals are measurable, you can actually see. Remember we said that plan, that blueprint, helps us to see where it is we are right now. We also have the vision of where we're trying to go and how we're doing along the way. The measurability shows you how you're doing along the way. The A to your goals, put down the phrase action-oriented. Action-oriented. Now you notice that it says it is simply stated as a two-phrase with the verb behind it. So in Ed's case, his action-oriented statement was to hit a home run. Well, maybe that's not what he was thinking at the time, but he hit, to hit a home run. So we have the word to, we have the verb, hits. Now, I like to think of action-oriented from another standpoint. When I started my career as an administrative assistant, I had a mentor that really guided me through the process of not being just an administrative professional, but a woman in a field using my natural skills and talents to move beyond the field of administrative assisting. She taught me that I should set my goals as if they had already happened. She said, so don't say, I want to be a professional speaker. Say, I am a professional speaker. I remember the first time when she told me that, I said, well, I'm not a professional speaker yet. It was 1999 at the time. I didn't become a professional speaker until 2002. She told me, I know you're not there yet, but fake the funk. Fake the funk. She said, say your goals as if they have already happened. When she taught me to do that, she was still teaching me how to use action-oriented language. So when you're setting your goals, you're making them specific. You're also making them measurable, but you want to make certain that you write them in action-oriented language. Yet don't forget the R. The R, and this is the area where I sometimes have to struggle, the R is realistic. Realistic. Now you see here on your handout, it tells you that you want to reasonably take into account your dream. I say, take into account your dream plus your circumstances, what really is going on around you. That's why I say reasonably. See, my goal of becoming a professional speaker in 1999 really was not a reality for me, because what was going on with my circumstances were not leading me to become a professional speaker. However, she said, remember, you always have the T in your goal setting to help you with the reality. Now your T is time-bounded. Time-bounded. I sometimes call it trackable, because with our goals, what we're really doing is associating a time frame or a deadline date to it. We want to make certain that we can measure our progress with whatever the date is that we have associated. Now, something else I've learned to do with that T is, if my reality, my dream is my goal of what I want to do, be, or have. But the reality of my situation may not allow me to do it, to be it, or to have it. Yet I have that deadline date to adjust it. I can't be a professional speaker in 1999, but in the next 5 years, I can become a professional speaker. So that time-bounded principle to goal setting allows you to still move, have progress, and receive results. All of you that are here today, for the most part, is it safe for me to say that everyone that's in this room, that you're currently a Toastmasters member? Show of hands if you are not a member of Toastmasters. Oh, great, just a few. So we have tons of clubs here today represented, so we know that you guys will become members of a club before you leave here, right? Well, all of you, for the most part, in 2009, have something that you want to achieve, right? Let me see your hands if you want to achieve something in your life in 2009. Perfect. Let's take a look at our handout so we can get a chance to jot that down. You see in your next space, the next space on your handout there, it says, set your goals for 2009. Now, I want you to think about 2 things that you want to achieve in 2009. I know for most of us that are Toastmasters members, one of those goals will reflect something of what we want to do in Toastmasters. And then the other goal will reflect something of what we want to do in either our personal or professional lives. So think about yourself for a moment. Think about your personal life, think about your professional life, think about your Toastmasters life. And I want you to represent 2 goals in that space. What would you like to achieve? Remember, write it as a to statement. To participate in the International Speech Contest. To pay off 1 credit card bill. To stop eating chocolate chip cookies at 10 o'clock p.m. every day. To whatever that goal is.